the light appears. Within the dark night, strange things begin to happen, which indicate that you are already crossing this dark night. In the previous stage everything was pain, in this stage mental madness due to inexplicable events begins. Paranormal. You start to feel like you're losing your mind. It is the prelude to spiritual awakening. You're not awake yet, but you're not asleep anymore either. You don't understand these situations because you are suffering in the pain of loss. But they will continue to show until you realize it. They are your spiritual guides that will lead you to find the answers you need to give your soul a little peace. This is where your consciousness begins to undergo changes. You begin to rethink everything. Your memories bring to this time the things you have done in the past, and here you will realize that you could have done better. Within that introspection, to which they push you, you begin to realize this path. They begin to put the little words of twin flames in front of you. Although in your life, you have never heard any of this, little by little, they will take you by the hand to discover that you are in a connection. You begin to notice how, in an inexplicable way, you experience small manifestations of your thoughts. You begin to feel the energies of people, of things. Without realizing it, you know that you can understand the tarot. You begin to say things without thinking that you didn't know. They show you things in dreams, past lives, other worlds. The guide's messages become present, the synchronies continue, and with more frequency. A roller coaster. Your emotions are on a roller coaster. You go from being happy to crying in seconds. Your moods are so changing that you don't understand what is happening. This is where people are very confused, and the ego makes them think that those emotions are not yours. Someone will tell you there that you are feeling the emotions of your twin flame. I'm sorry, but it's not true. It is part of the tricks that your ego will play on you. It is easier to blame someone else for what is happening to you, and thus avoid taking responsibility for yourself. At this stage, although it may sound very cruel on my part, I will tell you that your twin flame feels absolutely nothing. Well, yes, he feels, but it is a release from his fears. He is no longer with you. Consequently, those fears that you caused him with your energy within his subconscious are no longer there. He feels free, and it is because of this situation that many people who are in this dynamic suffer, because the first thing they see is their partner looking for or starting another relationship. But even if you don't see it that way, that is also part of the path. All that shows you where you have wounds to heal. You have to understand that people's will cannot be forced. You have to understand that we do not have control of the other person, or their feelings. This is where it hits the hardest, because the ego continues to insist that that person is the right one. Another truth is not the correct one, at least not at the moment. Returning to your roller coaster of emotions, where there are many ups and downs, the best thing you have to believe and think is that those emotions are yours, so you will take responsibility for them, and you will be able to heal them. That is another issue where twin flames do not advance. Someone tells them through some group that those emotions are their complement, and you are left without doing anything about it. The loneliness of the road. This path that you are beginning at this point is individual, and you are forced to walk it alone, and I say forced because there is no turning back. Trying to avoid it or postpone it will only bring you more suffering, confusion, and a lot of discomfort. Your soul is shouting, and it will get louder each time. The faster you understand that, the faster you will advance, since the majority stops to see what they are doing, what they consider to be their other part, and if you see something that is not for your benefit, you will go into trouble. Crisis again. That change in your energy field distances people from you. It is known as the loneliness of the awake, and you are entering that vibration. And because of that same change in vibration, what was previously your partner will not return, because we attract what we vibrate. Our friendships, work, and partners come to us because of the vibration that we have at a certain moment, so people will move away and others will arrive. The best thing you can do is understand everything that happens to you and that everything has a reason. Up there, the divinity, the last thing it wants is for you to be unhappy, and will remove what is not good for you, even if at that moment you cannot see it. I am not generalizing, but I insist, reanalyze that relationship that you desperately ask to return. With that new perspective that you begin to have, analyze it coldly, and you will begin to realize that it was not something good for you. You gave much more than you received. And this path will teach you that a law that governs the universe is that give and receive, so that everything flows. Thank you for staying until the end of the video, and don't forget to give me a like, activate the bell and subscribe if you liked the video and found it useful.